Level 1. The applicant. You apply to the police department. High school diploma, clean background, physical fitness test. You fill out the application. Pages of questions. Criminal history, drug use, employment gaps. 3 months later, you get called for testing. Written exam, psychological evaluation, physical agility course. You run, you climb walls, you drag a dummy representing a victim. You're competing against hundreds of other applicants. Then comes the oral board. 3 senior officers asking questions. Why do you want to be a police officer? What would you do if your partner was stealing? They're testing your judgment, your integrity, your composure under pressure. The background investigation starts. They interview everyone: your family, your friends, your ex-girlfriend, your high school teachers. They pull your financial records, looking for debt, looking for vulnerability. They check your social media, every post, every photo, every comment. 6 months after you applied, you get the call. You've been accepted into the police academy. Your life just changed forever. Level 2. The police recruit. The academy is 26 weeks, 6 months of intensive training. You wake at 5 a.m., physical training, running, push-ups, defensive tactics. You're getting in the best shape of your life. You study criminal law, constitutional law, use of force policies. You learn when you can stop someone, when you can search them, when you can arrest them. You spend weeks on the firing range. Glock 17, Remington 870. You shoot until you can hit targets under stress. You practice scenarios, domestic violence calls, traffic stops, active shooter situations. Instructors play suspects, they fight back, they run, they pull weapons. You learn the hardest lesson. Every call could be your last. Every traffic stop, every welfare check, every noise complaint. Some recruits quit. They can't handle the stress, the pressure, the reality. The rest of you graduate on a Saturday. Your family attends. You receive your badge, your gun, your oath. You raise your right hand. You swear to protect and serve. You are now a police officer.
Level 3. The patrol officer. Your first assignment is patrol, the street, the front line. You're paired with a field training officer for 3 months. You don't make decisions alone. You observe, you learn, you survive. Your first shift is overwhelming. Radio traffic, codes, procedures. Your FTO handles everything. You just watch. Your first week, you respond to a domestic violence call. A woman with a black eye, a drunk husband, kids crying in the background. You don't know what to say. Your FTO takes the lead, separates them, calms the situation, makes the arrest. Your first month, you make your first arrest, drunk driver. You conduct field sobriety tests. You handcuff him. You process him at the station. It feels surreal. You just took someone's freedom, put them in a cage. Your FTO says it gets easier. It doesn't. You just get used to it. Your first year, you see everything. Overdoses, suicides, car accidents, dead bodies. You respond to a fatal crash, a teenager texting and driving. The car is wrapped around a tree. The body is mangled. You help the coroner bag the remains. You go home that night. You can't eat. You can't sleep. Your girlfriend asks if you're okay. You say yes. You're lying. This is the job. You answer calls. You write reports. You testify in court. 90% boredom, 10% terror. Level 4. The senior patrol officer. After 5 years, you're experienced. You work alone now. You know the streets, the people, the patterns. You know which corners the dealers work, which houses have problems. You know the regulars, the frequent flyers, the ones you arrest monthly. You respond to the same domestic violence call for the 5th time this year. Same couple, same fight, same cycle. You arrest the husband, again. She'll bail him out tomorrow, again. You can't fix their problems. You can only respond to the calls. You make a traffic stop, broken taillight, routine. The driver is nervous, too nervous, something's wrong. You ask for license and registration. He reaches for the glove box. Your hand moves to your gun. Your heart races. He pulls out the registration, nothing else. You relax. But for those 3 seconds, you thought you might die. This happens weekly, monthly. The fear never goes away. You just learn to manage it. You've made 200 arrests, written 1,000 reports. You've saved lives. You've ruined lives. You've done your job.
Level 5, the detective. After 8 years in patrol, you're promoted to detective. You work investigations now, not 911 calls, actual cases. You're assigned to the robbery unit. Your first case is an armed robbery. Convenience store, suspect with a gun, $200 stolen. You review surveillance footage. You interview witnesses. You identify the suspect. You write a search warrant. You execute the warrant at dawn. You find the gun, the money, the suspect. You make the arrest. You write the case report. The case goes to trial. You testify. The jury convicts. 3 years in prison. You put someone away. Your cases get bigger. Burglary rings, car theft operations, organized crime. You work with other agencies, state police, FBI, DEA. You're making a difference, solving cases, getting convictions. But you're also working 60 hours a week. You miss your kids' soccer games, your anniversary dinner. Your marriage is strained. Your wife says you've changed. She's right. You have. Level 6, the sergeant. 12 years on the job, you're promoted to sergeant. You supervise a patrol squad now. 8 officers report to you. You don't work cases anymore. You manage people. You approve reports. You handle complaints. You make decisions. One of your officers uses excessive force. A suspect files a complaint. You investigate your own officer. You make recommendations. Your officer is disciplined. He's angry. He blames you. But you did what was right, even if it's unpopular. You respond to critical incidents. Officer-involved shootings, pursuits, barricaded suspects. You make command decisions, in the moment, under pressure. One of your officers shoots someone, a man with a knife. You secure the scene. You notify command staff. You start the investigation. The shooting is ruled justified, but your officer is traumatized. He can't sleep. He can't work. He eventually quits. You carry that weight. You approved the response. You sent him there. Level 7, the lieutenant. 18 years in, you're promoted to lieutenant. You command a division, multiple squads, 50 officers. You manage budgets, schedules, training, discipline. You're more administrator than cop now. You sit in meetings all day. Budget meetings, command staff meetings. You write policies. You review use of force incidents. You handle media relations, community complaints, political pressure. The mayor wants more patrols. The community wants less enforcement. You can't make everyone happy. You make decisions that affect your officers' lives. Shift assignments, promotions, discipline. Some officers respect you. Some resent you. You're not their friend anymore. You're their boss. Your marriage ended 3 years ago. Your kids live with their mother. You see them every other weekend when you're not working. Level 8, the captain. 22 years on the job, you're a captain now. You run an entire precinct, 200 officers, multiple divisions. You oversee patrol, detectives, community relations, everything. You report directly to the chief. You manage crime statistics, response times, community satisfaction. The numbers matter. The city council watches them. Crime is up in your precinct. The chief wants answers. You implement new strategies, increase patrols, focus on hotspots. You're balancing enforcement with community relations. Too much enforcement, the community complains. Too little, crime goes up. An officer in your precinct is caught stealing evidence room drugs. It's your responsibility. You failed to supervise, to prevent it. The investigation is public. The media coverage is brutal. Your career is damaged. Your reputation tarnished. But you take responsibility. You implement reforms. You rebuild trust, slowly, carefully. Level 9, the deputy chief. 28 years in, you're deputy chief now, second in command of the entire department. You manage the entire organization, patrol, detectives, special operations, 3,000 officers,
A budget of $200 million. You advise the chief, you implement policy, you handle crises. You're in meetings with the mayor, the city council, community leaders. An officer shoots an unarmed person, the video goes viral. Protests, riots, national media attention. You manage the response, the investigation, the fallout. You balance justice with protecting your officers. The shooting is ruled unjustified. The officer is charged. Your department is sued. Your city pays millions. You implement reforms, body cameras, de-escalation training, community oversight. But the damage is done. Trust is broken. You've given 3 decades to this job. You've missed everything: marriages, birthdays, life. You're exhausted. You're burned out. But you can't quit. Not yet. Not like this. Level 10, the Chief of Police. 30 years on the job. You're the chief now. You run the entire department, the final authority. You answer to the mayor, the city council, the public. Everyone wants something. Everyone has an opinion. You manage a crisis every week: shootings, scandals, budget cuts. You testify before the city council. You face the media. Crime is rising. Your officers are overworked. Your budget is shrinking. The public wants more police. The city won't pay for them. You make impossible decisions: cut services, reduce patrols. People will suffer, but you have no choice. You retire after 4 years as chief, 34 years total. There's a ceremony. The mayor speaks. Your officers attend. You receive a plaque, a handshake, a pension. You turn in your badge. You turn in your gun. You're done. You survived, but at what cost? Your health is broken. Your family is distant. You gave everything to this job. And somewhere, a young person is filling out an application. They want to serve, to protect, to make a difference. They have no idea what they're signing up for: the sacrifice, the trauma, the weight. But they'll learn. Everyone does.